Okay, so today I'm going to talk a little bit about silos in organizations and how you can fix them quite quickly. One of the major problems in organizations is that we are vertically aligned. We have departments, we have little hierarchies in each of these, which is great. And each department might be responsible for an activity, but of course the problem is that customer value is driven that way across the organization. And where it all falls down is here, in the interactions between the departments. Each department is trying to do its best, by the way. It's a local optimization. So they're actually trying to do the best they can, but they, by definition, become a little bit selfish. They're focused only on what they're trying to do. We tend to have department goals and objectives for each one, and each one's trying to hit those. Of course, we therefore tend to forget about the customer value. So everyone's doing their activity. Who's really responsible for the outcome? No one, actually. It's probably someone up here who's accountable for everything becomes accountable for the outcome. But we can just say, hey, my activity was fine, but then I passed it on to someone else and they made it late. So this is a real problem. And one of the first places I look to try and sort this out is to understand what the system itself is trying to deliver. What are we trying to optimize against? So when we need to look at this problem, we need to look at what the single optimizing goal is. And quite often that's not apparent. But fundamentally, there's a single optimizing goal that you're trying to achieve with the departments working together. So often in delivery teams, we're trying to optimize and maximize the flow of valuable work. But quite often you have to ask yourself, is each of these departments actually aligned to that? Quite often the answer is no, they're aligned to their own department goals and objectives. So what we have to do is start to understand the single optimizing goal and then make sure that every department and every team is trying to contribute to that single optimizing goal. Are you really doing that? PMO, are you really doing that? Or are you just monitoring and controlling and standardizing and putting hurdles and traffic lights in the way? Finance, are you just making my life really difficult? Or actually are you aligned to what we're actually trying to achieve? So when we start to align each department with a single optimizing goal, they start to contribute to the greater good for the organization, and we start to get the silos to break down because they work collaboratively between each other. In actual fact, if we kind of assume intuitively that if each department is optimized, then the whole goal will be optimized. It's fundamentally wrong. In actual fact, to get an optimized goal across the top, we quite often have to have suboptimal factors here to make the optimizing goal the best it can be.